Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. If you've been enjoying all the amazing outdoor adventures that the Pacific Northwest has to offer, but are wishing you could document the experience as well as a professional photographer, we've got you covered. We welcome back photographer and the author of the Collecting Sunsets Substack, Adam Sawyer. Great to see you.
Palindrome, Hannah.
Happy fall.
Happy fall to you. It's great to be back.
So overcast skies and rain, fall, winter, spring,
absolutely,
are actually great for photography.
They're phenomenal for photography.
Okay.
And so as much as we love like getting out on the trails in summer, and forests are great in the summer, I love those other 3 seasons, not only because there's less people out there, which us as locals very much enjoy, but so, you know, let's start with like the attractive parts of those seasons.
Sure.
So with fall, we've got fall colors, which by the way, popping off right now.
Right now, like this week I've been noticing everywhere.
I was down in Silverton today, like Silver Falls State Park area.
Beautiful.
Earlier today, and it was just like,
and there's still lots of green too this time of
tons,
year.
because we get the benefit of the evergreens along with those deciduous trees. So it's like best of both worlds, in my humble opinion.
And what about the actual rain? We like it, but you don't want to be out there during a rainstorm.
So, and I'm glad you brought that up, because like we want wet forests. Wet forests are great for photography because it makes those colors pop, and that diffused light of an overcast sky. It's almost like Mother Nature's studio lighting. So it's a nice even lighting, and it shows the detail of things a little bit more, and the wetness makes those colors pop. But if you're trying to take photos in a downpour, less than ideal.
Not so much.
If you can get like overcast skies with a wet forest, it's like chef's
Does it
kiss.
reflect the light more too, those little raindrops?
It can, and so, you know, because we're doing like the amateur photography tips, I steer away from things like a polarizing filter, but if you have like a digital camera at home, like a polarizing filter can take out that glare.
Okay.
But if we're just using our point and clicks or our iPhones, that glare shouldn't be too bad, especially with you compare like the colors that you get.
And I've always heard, even for photographing people, that overcast skies are better because there's less shadows and less complicated, I guess, dealing with that stuff.
And that's not to say that there's not good photographic elements that come with like dappled light. I think we have a few examples today of like sunbursts coming through the trees. Look at you guys.
Amazing.
I set them up, you knock them down. Way to go, Afternoon Live. Oh, crushing it. So yeah, I mean, you can get things like that, and they do make wonderful photographic elements. But yeah, this when it's fall, winter, and spring.
Because we're talking about things we can accomplish on our own without all the fancy photography gear.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And then with winter, what I love winter photography and hiking. Again, because less people, but that's when the mosses and the lichens are at their absolute, man, who is running the show back there? My goodness.
What an operation this is.
So this is my home in Tillamook County. Actually, all of these photos are Tillamook County.
Oh, nice.
And you can see like those mosses and lichens are electric green.
Yeah.
And it's that time of year in winter, their time to shine. It's like the greenest the forest looks, arguably.
Yeah.
But, and then of course in spring, you've got those new greens, all the new chlorophyll greens, the wide array of light to dark greens. And then other things we like you to do, kind of like in terms of elements to look for, and we had some great examples there, is get wide. You know, these things have the wide angle, and so you can look up into the canopy of the forest. And there's a lot of wonderful detail up there. If you're using the wide angle, you're going to get kind of more depth, and it'll also, if you have someone in the foreground, it'll give you a real sense of scale. But then those little details, you can use the macro or zoom in, like those mushroom photos. Look for those little details on the forest floor, because those are everywhere.
And just get right up in there. You don't have to keep a distance to get everything in the frame.
And a lot of the more unique shots you're going to get are from like higher up or lower down, or looking up or looking down. And then another thing that I really recommend people to do is, you know, the trails are wonderful, not just to hike, but they make excellent photographic elements. So things like bridges, things like follow the leading contours of a trail, like an S-curve, or how it kind of lead your eye through the frame. So stairs and bridges, again, people, boardwalks, look for textures, colors, shapes. And all those sorts of things are going to help your amateur photography.
And you can have that depth of field too, with certain man-made elements maybe in the foreground or background to kind of set up a cool shot.
Yeah, those elements are great, and they add a little bit of intrigue too.
And it's fun too. I took my kiddos to the Tillamook Forestry Center, and we walked over the bridge, and there was a river and all those things.
That place is glorious.
It's really, really cool.
Some great stuff out there too.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much for stopping
My
by.
pleasure.
Great
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me again.
We'll have more information about Adam and his Substack on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.